Hello, my name is Donette Havenga and I'm an attorney at Velden-Duffey Incorporated. One of the most common questions asked by clients is how to deal with tenants that have not paid their rent in the last couple of months and how to start eviction proceedings. The Constitution provides that no person may be evicted from their homes without a court order. A person may be evicted if he is an unlawful occupier. Now the question is, who is an unlawful occupier? An unlawful occupier is a person who stays on the property without written or prior consent, who stays on a property without any right in law to do so, or who stays in a property or who is considered an occupier by any other law. When a landlord cancels or withdraws his consent, a person will be considered an unlawful occupier. It is important for the landlord to use the procedure provided for in the PI Act and not to take the Act or the law into his own hands by cutting water and electricity supply or removing doors. What the landlord should do is firstly cancel the agreement by giving written notice to the unlawful occupiers, setting out a date and time when they should vacate. This should be a reasonable time. If the occupier is still in the property without due notice being given, the landlord may approach a court to grant an eviction order. Written notice should be personally served on the unlawful occupier as well as the municipality in which area the property is located. The hearing notice should set out the date and time on which the hearing will take place, as well as the occupier's right to defend himself. Both the landlord and the unlawful occupier should be present at the court proceedings. If the unlawful occupier does not show up, the court has two options. It could either grant the application or it can postpone it for the unlawful occupier to be present at another date. If the court decides to proceed with the application, it has to consider whether the occupier was in fact an unlawful occupier and whether the landlord has followed the procedures set out in PI. The court will also consider the following: all the relevant circumstances, including the rights of elderly, disabled, children, and households headed by women, whether alternative accommodation can be arranged, and whether it will be just and equitable to grant the eviction order. After considering the above, and if the unlawful occupier does not have a defense, an eviction order may be granted. On the eviction order, it would state the date and time when the unlawful occupiers must vacate the property, and if they do not vacate, when the sheriff can evict them. If you have any further questions regarding eviction orders, please do not hesitate to contact our officers.